Hello guys, welcome back to another YouTube video here today, and today we are going over my brand new Pearl Infinite Crit Harlow. So now we are using the new weapons on this build. Um what we are using on this build is we are using the surplus deep state of bubbles, which has a ripper and shotgun mag, which is very important. um, you're gonna want the alt shotgun with the bubbles because at least in Ripper because we're using a Ripper enhancement really. But you're gonna at least want the alt shotgun because otherwise you're not gonna be able to keep up with the ammo on shooting. Because if you don't have an alt shotgun one, uh, the skill for Harlow will not work that great. So you absolutely need to use this. I need an alt shotgun version of the bubbles. Alt shotgun and Ripper. And then for the flea bag, you're looking for SMG, Ripper. We currently have a corrosive one. I would like to get other ones and other elements, but this thing actually shreds. It is really good. If we can get it in the other elements, it'd be great. And then we're using the Scent Floor Agent Burst. We're using this with Ripper on it. The corrosive override converts the damage to corrosive damage depending on the enemy's health type. This really doesn't matter a whole lot though, because we just do so much damage as it is. And then we're using the Zulus Exalted Roulette, which has 1,956 damage on it, has Jacobs and Ripper on it, which is really good. And then for the rep kit, we are using the Recuperifier, where it has Amp and Enrage on it. And then we're using a crit knife for extra damage. We're using the Illusia Save It, which has extra skill rotation, fire rate, and gun damage on it, which is really nice. Puts the points in control group, which allows you to get your action skill back easier, and it allows you to keep your action skill going. And also puts 2 points in momentum, so also grants you a little bit more crit damage. And then we're using the triple amp watts for dinner, which is really good because we can always keep our shield up with our skills. And then we're using a Ripper enhancement that has gun damage, gun critical, and gun magazine size. High roller guns with Ripper licensed parts, gun damage by 2% consecutive shots fired from a maximum 25 stacks. Are you only using this because you really only the other one that has the legendary one? I don't like the extra charge time increase from the extra damage. I don't think it's actually worth it with this build, so that's what we're doing there. And then we're using one high caliber so we can boost our bubble speed, and then we're using God Killer so we get extra damage to bosses, and then we're using 3 Dead Eyes, which has gun accuracy, gun critical damage, and then has every critical hit grants a 50% critical damage per stack. And then for the Ordinate enemies, I would highly recommend you can use the Dark Beast, which is what I've been using. Or you can take yourself to a Torg enhancement and get yourself a Torg enhancement with a head ringer on it. Which you have to switch enhancements for the build, but a Torg enhancement with splash radius, shotgun splash radius on it for the linebacker, which also works really well for the Ordinate enemies. But that means you have to switch enhancement for the build. So we've been just using the Dark Beast for the Ordinate enemies. It's up to you guys what you guys want to do there. You can use the linebacker to get the crystals off if you would like to. Um, I've been mostly using the Dark Beast for the Ordinate enemies, so it works really well because it ricochets everywhere and it does good damage. It does really good. All right, now for the skill tree. So using 5 momentum for 35% extra crit damage, which is really nice. And then we're using 5 in neutron decay. And then we are using 3 in creative overflow, which gives us extra gun damage, push our over shield. And then we're using confirmative reality, which gives action skill cooldown per shot. And then we have to put 4 points in here, 1 point in here, 5 points in here into critical refunding. So you can get much ammo back as possible when you hit crits. And then we're using excited extate for more critical hit damage. We're using distribution function, which gives you shield restore, a 30% damage dealt. And then we're using parallel circuit, which gives us a 30% more gun damage. We're using 5 in bright future for extra fire rate. We had to put 1 in here for gun handling just because we had to get down into precision engineering so we can get 30% more crit damage, which is really, really good for this build because crit damage is very important. Now to this class one. Kill skill. Killing an entangled enemy restores a portion of action skill and action skill cooldown and action skill duration. So this gives you 30% of action skill cooldown on kill. So when you're killing an enemy and your action skills cooldown, you are getting 30% of it back, which is really, really nice. Works really well. And then we're gonna do the specializations. We're using bullets are scared of me for a damage reduction when shields are full. And then we're using the best defense for a damage dealt when shields are full. And then we're using riddle you this, and which gives us extra gun damage per stack per dealing gun damage. And then we're using one shot, one kill, which gives us kill excess damage will be stored added to your next gunshot. And that is it for the build video. I hope you guys enjoy this build. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.